Have you ever wondered why, despite knowing exactly what you need to do, you find yourself scrolling through social media, watching just one more episode of your favorite series, or simply staring out the window? You're not alone. Procrastination is a universal challenge, affecting millions of people who struggle to manage their time and productivity. But what if I told you there are lesser-known, highly effective strategies to conquer this pervasive issue? Let's dive into the world of beating procrastination, exploring insights and methods that are rarely discussed but incredibly powerful. Imagine you have an important project due at work. The deadline is looming, the pressure is mounting, but every time you sit down to start, something holds you back. It's not just laziness or poor time management, it's a complex interplay of psychological factors that can be tackled if understood properly. One of the first things you need to recognize is that procrastination is not a character flaw or a sign of weakness, it's a behavior that can be changed with the right approach. One effective strategy is to reframe your tasks. Often, we view tasks as monolithic challenges, which can be overwhelming. Break down the project into smaller, manageable parts and focus on completing just one part at a time. This method reduces the intimidation factor and provides a series of achievable goals, which can boost your motivation and momentum. For instance, if you need to write a report, start by outlining the structure, then write one section at a time, taking breaks in between. This piecemeal approach can prevent the task from seeming insurmountable and keep your spirits high. Next, let's talk about the role of environment in fostering procrastination. Your surroundings can have a significant impact on your ability to focus and work efficiently. An environment cluttered with distractions like phones, tablets, and other gadgets can pull your attention away from the task at hand. Try creating a dedicated workspace, free from distractions, where you can concentrate on your tasks. This might mean cleaning up your desk, using noise-canceling headphones, or even changing your work location to somewhere like a library or cafe, depending on where you feel most productive. Another rarely discussed aspect of beating procrastination involves understanding your own biological rhythms. Everyone has times during the day when they are more alert and energetic. Identify these peak times and schedule your most challenging tasks for these periods. For example, if you're a morning person, tackle the important tasks right after you wake up. Your brain is fresher and you're more likely to get more work done without succumbing to procrastination. Furthermore, procrastination often stems from fear of failure, fear of not meeting expectations, or even fear of success. Address these fears head-on by changing your mindset. View each task as an opportunity to learn and grow, rather than a measure of your self-worth. If you're afraid of failing at a task, remind yourself that making mistakes is a part of learning and personal development. Every attempt, successful or not, brings you closer to mastering the skills you need. Accountability is another powerful tool in the fight against procrastination. Share your goals with a friend, family member, or colleague and ask them to check in on your progress. Knowing that someone else is aware of your goals can motivate you to stay on track. Alternatively, join a study group or a professional network where members support and motivate each other to meet their deadlines. Lastly, reward yourself for meeting goals and milestones. Procrastination often provides immediate gratification in the form of leisure or rest, so create a system where you reward yourself for completing tasks. This could be anything from taking a short walk, enjoying a coffee, or watching an episode of a show, but only after you've completed a significant amount of work. This system of rewards creates positive associations with task completion and can gradually help override the impulse to procrastinate. In conclusion, beating procrastination requires a deeper understanding of its psychological roots and strategic actions. It's about breaking tasks down, creating the right environment, aligning with your biological rhythms, addressing underlying fears, fostering accountability, and rewarding yourself. Each of these strategies can transform your approach to work and life, leading to enhanced productivity and a more fulfilling personal and professional life. Now, ask yourself, what small step will you take today to overcome procrastination and reclaim your time and energy for the things that truly matter? Absolutely, embarking on this journey to overcome procrastination is not just about getting things done, it's about understanding and transforming your relationship with time and tasks. To further enhance this transformation, let's consider the power of visualization and mental rehearsal, techniques often used by athletes and successful business people but equally applicable to everyday productivity challenges. Visualization involves picturing yourself successfully completing a task before you even start. This mental rehearsal primes your brain to navigate the path to completion more smoothly and with less resistance. For instance, before you begin a project, spend a few minutes visualizing yourself working through the tasks, encountering potential obstacles, and handling them with ease. This can significantly reduce the anxiety associated with starting a new task and can diminish the urge to procrastinate. In addition to visualization, setting precise, time-bound goals is crucial. Rather than vaguely planning to work on a project, specify what you will accomplish and by when. For example, by 10 a.m., I will have completed the first draft of the introduction. This clarity not only provides a clear target but also makes the passage of time more tangible, creating a sense of urgency that can propel you forward. Furthermore, understanding and manipulating your motivation cycles can play a significant role in beating procrastination. Motivation isn't constant, it ebbs and flows. Recognize when you typically feel most motivated and harness those periods for your most important tasks. During your lower motivation times, you can tackle lighter, less demanding tasks. This strategic alignment of task difficulty with motivational levels can optimize your productivity throughout the day. The technique of temptation bundling can also be a fun and effective way to deal with procrastination. This involves pairing a task you tend to avoid with an activity you enjoy. For example, only allow yourself to listen to your favorite podcast or music album while working on a particular project. This pairing can make the less enjoyable task more attractive and can help create a habit loop where the task and the pleasure are interconnected. Additionally, the concept of eating the frog, based on Mark Twain's famous advice that if the first thing you do each morning is to eat a live frog, you can go through the day knowing the worst is behind you, is about tackling your most challenging task first thing in the day. This approach not only gets the daunting task out of the way early but also gives you a significant psychological boost and momentum for the rest of the day. Lastly, reflect on your progress regularly. Reflection is a powerful tool for self-awareness and improvement. At the end of each day, spend a few minutes reviewing what you accomplished, what went well, and where you struggled. Use this insight to plan more effectively for the next day, making adjustments to your strategies as needed. The journey to overcoming procrastination is deeply personal and requires a blend of self-knowledge, strategic planning, and persistent effort. It's about finding what works best for you and continually refining your approach. Remember, every minute you spend mastering this skill brings you closer to a more productive, fulfilling, and less stressful life. So, as you move forward, think about these strategies not just as tools for getting tasks done, but as steps towards becoming a more empowered, effective, and fulfilled individual. What is the first strategy you will implement to ensure today is more productive than yesterday? Absolutely, embarking on this journey to overcome procrastination is not just about getting things done, it's about understanding and transforming your relationship with time and tasks. To further enhance this transformation, let's consider the power of visualization and mental rehearsal, techniques often used by athletes and successful business people but equally applicable to everyday productivity challenges. Visualization involves picturing yourself successfully completing a task before you even start. This mental rehearsal primes your brain to navigate the path to completion more smoothly and with less resistance. For instance, before you begin a project, spend a few minutes visualizing yourself working through the tasks, encountering potential obstacles, and handling them with ease. This can significantly reduce the anxiety associated with starting a new task and can diminish the urge to procrastinate. In addition to visualization, setting precise, time-bound goals is crucial. Rather than vaguely planning to work on a project, specify what you will accomplish and by when. For example, by 10 a.m., I will have completed the first draft of the introduction. This clarity not only provides a clear target but also makes the passage of time more tangible, creating a sense of urgency that can propel you forward. Furthermore, understanding and manipulating your motivation cycles can play a significant role in beating procrastination. Motivation isn't constant, it ebbs and flows. Recognize when you typically feel most motivated and harness those periods for your most important tasks. During your lower motivation times, you can tackle lighter, less demanding tasks. This strategic alignment of task difficulty with motivational levels can optimize your productivity throughout the day. The technique of temptation bundling can also be a fun and effective way to deal with procrastination. This involves pairing a task you tend to avoid with an activity you enjoy. For example, only allow yourself to listen to your favorite podcast or music album while working on a particular project. This pairing can make the less enjoyable task more attractive and can help create a habit loop where the task and the pleasure are interconnected. Additionally, the concept of eating the frog, based on Mark Twain's famous advice that if the first thing you do each morning is to eat a live frog, you can go through the day knowing the worst is behind you, is about tackling your most challenging task first thing in the day. This approach not only gets the daunting task out of the way early but also gives you a significant psychological boost and momentum for the rest of the day. Lastly, reflect on your progress regularly. Reflection is a powerful tool for self-awareness and improvement. At the end of each day, spend a few minutes reviewing what you accomplished, what went well, and where you struggled. Use this insight to plan more effectively for the next day, making adjustments to your strategies as needed. The journey to overcoming procrastination is deeply personal and requires a blend of self-knowledge, strategic planning, and persistent effort. It's about finding what works best for you and continually refining your approach. Remember, every minute you spend mastering this skill brings you closer to a more productive, fulfilling, and less stressful life. So, as you move forward, think about these strategies not just as tools for getting tasks done, but as steps towards becoming a more empowered, effective, and fulfilled individual. What is the first strategy you will implement to ensure today is more productive than yesterday? Have you ever wondered why, even though you know what you should be doing, you still find yourself scrolling through social media, watching just one more episode, or doing anything but the task at hand? You're not alone. Procrastination isn't just about poor time management or laziness, it's a complex interplay of psychological factors and external conditions, and today, we're going to explore some transformative strategies that can genuinely shift your approach to getting things done. Building on the power of visualization and strategic planning, let's delve into the importance of creating an environment conducive to productivity. Your physical and digital environments play a crucial role in how effectively you can fend off procrastination. Start by decluttering your workspace. A tidy, organized space can significantly reduce mental clutter and make it easier to focus on the task at hand. Similarly, consider digital decluttering. Keep only those tabs and applications open that are essential for your current project. This minimizes the temptation to drift into unproductive activities. Another critical aspect is to establish firm boundaries. It's easy to let work bleed into personal time and vice versa, especially with many of us working from home. Set specific work hours and stick to them. Inform everyone in your household of these boundaries to help minimize interruptions. During your designated work time, commit fully to your tasks, just as you would commit to being present for a movie or dinner with friends outside of work hours. Let's also talk about the power of small wins. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and sometimes, that first step is all you need to get the momentum going. Break down your tasks into smaller, manageable parts and celebrate each completion. This not only makes the task seem less daunting but also provides continuous bursts of achievement that can boost your morale and reduce the urge to procrastinate. Incorporating regular breaks is another strategy that can enhance your productivity. The Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break, is a popular method that helps maintain concentration and staves off burnout. During your breaks, do something completely different from your work to give your brain a rest. This could be a short walk, some light stretching, or just stepping outside for a breath of fresh air. Accountability can also play a significant role in overcoming procrastination. Share your goals with a friend, family member, or a colleague. Check in with them regularly about your progress. Sometimes, just knowing that someone else is expecting you to complete a task can provide the extra push you need to get moving. Turning our focus inward, mindfulness and self-compassion are essential tools in the battle against procrastination. Often, we procrastinate not because we are avoiding the task itself, but because we are avoiding the feelings of anxiety, boredom, or insecurity it brings up. Practicing mindfulness can help you recognize and accept these feelings without letting them steer your actions. Additionally, be kind to yourself. Understand that everyone procrastinates at some point and it does not define your entire worth or capability. Finally, let's look at the big picture. Align your tasks with your long-term goals. Sometimes understanding how a seemingly mundane task fits into your broader life ambitions can provide a strong motivation to push forward. For instance, each small task you complete on a project could be a stepping stone towards a major career goal or personal achievement. In conclusion, beating procrastination is not about finding a one-size-fits-all solution, but about understanding what triggers your procrastination and experimenting with different strategies to see what works best for you. Each day presents a new opportunity to try again, to tweak your approach, and to learn more about what drives you. As you continue on this path, remember, the goal is not just to be busier, but to be more productive, fulfilled, and balanced. How will you adjust your environment, your boundaries, and your mindset today to make a meaningful step towards this goal? Continuing to build upon these methods, let's explore some less commonly discussed yet highly effective techniques that can further enhance your ability to conquer procrastination. Firstly, consider the role of physical exercise in boosting mental clarity and energy levels. Regular physical activity can increase your brain's dopamine levels, which in turn enhances concentration and motivation. Even a brief 10-minute walk can invigorate your mind and reduce the temptation to procrastinate. Next time you feel stuck or lethargic, instead of reaching for your phone for a quick distraction, grab your sneakers and give yourself a burst of energy through movement. Another technique involves the use of affirmation and positive self-talk. Words have power, and by affirming your capabilities and intentions, you can alter your mindset towards productivity. Start your day by affirming, "Today, I choose to be focused and efficient." This simple statement can set the tone for the day, programming your mind to fight off procrastination. Technology, often seen as a distraction, can also be your ally. Use apps designed to enhance productivity, such as those that block distracting websites during work hours or those that help you manage your tasks and deadlines more effectively. Leveraging technology in this way allows you to create a digital environment that supports your work, rather than detracts from it. Furthermore, the concept of reward can be a potent motivator. Set up a reward system for yourself where you earn something you value, like a special treat or a leisure activity, after completing a particularly challenging task. This creates a positive association with task completion and can make the prospect of tackling difficult tasks more appealing. Now, let's talk about the power of routine. Establishing a structured daily schedule can significantly reduce procrastination. When each part of your day has a purpose, you're less likely to waste time deciding what to do next or avoiding tasks altogether. Whether it's a morning routine that prepares you for a productive day or an evening routine that helps you wind down and plan for the next day, consistency is key. Social support is another crucial element. Surround yourself with people who inspire and motivate you. Being part of a community, whether online or in person, where members encourage each other and share productivity tips, can provide a significant boost to your motivation. Sometimes, just seeing others working diligently can spur you to action. Lastly, let's not underestimate the importance of curiosity and learning. Often, we procrastinate because a task seems boring or irrelevant. By finding an angle that makes the task interesting, or by learning a new aspect related to the task, you can increase your engagement and enthusiasm. Approach each task with a question: what can I learn from this? This shift in perspective can transform mundane tasks into opportunities for growth and discovery. In summing up these strategies, remember that the journey to overcoming procrastination is incremental and requires patience and persistence. It's about making small, consistent changes that collectively transform your work habits and mindset. Each strategy you implement brings you a step closer to becoming the productive, proactive person you aspire to be. So, as you reflect on these insights, consider which strategies resonate most with you. How can you integrate these into your daily life to not only combat procrastination but also enhance your overall well-being and success? What steps will you take today to ensure that you are not merely dreaming of a more productive future but actively creating it? As you ponder these questions, let's delve a bit deeper into an often overlooked aspect of beating procrastination: the emotional and psychological barriers that hold us back. Understanding the root causes of our procrastination can unveil powerful insights that enable us to address these issues more effectively. One common emotional barrier is the fear of failure. This fear can paralyze you, making starting the task at hand seem more daunting than it actually is. To combat this, reframe your perspective on failure. Instead of seeing it as a setback, view it as a learning opportunity. Every attempt, successful or not, is a step forward in your personal and professional growth. Embrace the possibility of failure as part of the process and remember that each failure brings you closer to success. Another psychological factor is perfectionism. While striving for excellence is commendable, excessive perfectionism can lead to procrastination. When you set unattainably high standards for yourself, starting a task can feel overwhelming. To overcome this, set realistic, achievable goals. Acknowledge that perfection is a direction, not a place, and allow yourself to make progress incrementally. Moreover, the lack of immediate rewards can make long-term tasks less appealing, leading to procrastination. To address this, create a system of mini-rewards throughout the process. For instance, if you're working on a long-term project, reward yourself after completing each significant milestone. This not only provides a sense of accomplishment but also keeps your motivation levels high. Let's also consider the impact of our emotional state on our ability to be productive. Emotions like sadness, anxiety, or even low energy levels can significantly hinder our productivity. It's important to take care of your emotional and physical health as part of your strategy against procrastination. Regular exercise, sufficient sleep, healthy eating, and time for relaxation are crucial. They don't just improve your health, they enhance your mental clarity and energy levels, making it easier to maintain focus and motivation. Now, let's talk about the role of curiosity and a growth mindset in overcoming procrastination. When you are genuinely interested in what you're doing, it's easier to get started and keep going. Try to find an aspect of each task that you find intriguing or consider how this task helps you grow. Adopting a growth mindset, where you see every task as an opportunity to learn something new, can transform mundane tasks into engaging challenges. Additionally, the influence of our social interactions on productivity cannot be overstressed. Engaging with like-minded individuals who are also striving to overcome their procrastination can provide a community of support and motivation. Whether it's through online forums, study groups, or workplace teams, these interactions can offer new strategies, encouragement, and sometimes, the necessary push to keep going. Let's not forget about the power of a well-organized schedule. When you plan your day, you not only allocate time slots to specific tasks but also reduce the decision fatigue associated with what to do next. This planning eliminates the paralysis that can come from feeling overwhelmed with too many tasks. Each night, try to plan your tasks for the next day, keeping in mind your energy levels and priorities. This not only prepares you mentally for what's ahead but also builds a proactive mindset. Finally, it's crucial to constantly reflect on and adjust your strategies. What worked yesterday might not work today, and what works for one task may not be suitable for another. Stay flexible and open to changing your approaches based on what you find most effective at the moment. In wrapping up, beating procrastination is a dynamic and personalized journey. It involves a mix of understanding your psychological barriers, leveraging your environment, and using strategic planning and tools. It's about finding what uniquely motivates you, managing your energy and emotions, and continuously adapting your strategies to fit your evolving needs and situations. So, as we conclude, ask yourself, what are the main barriers that typically lead you to procrastinate? Which of these strategies are you going to implement first? And how will you ensure that today is not just another day where you dream about productivity but actually take a significant step towards achieving it? Remember, every day is a new chance to turn your plans into action, and every moment is an opportunity to choose focus over delay. How will you make the most of today? Continuing from this reflective point, consider the immense power of accountability. When you tell someone, be it a friend, a family member, or a colleague, about your goals and deadlines, you create a psychological commitment to meet them. This external expectation can be a strong motivator, pushing you to complete tasks just to uphold your word. Try sharing your daily or weekly goals with someone you trust and perhaps even ask them to check in with you on your progress. This simple act of sharing your intentions can significantly multiply your drive to act. Moreover, in the realm of beating procrastination, it's essential to understand the role of your environment. Your surroundings can either stimulate productivity or foster procrastination. Evaluate your workspace and your home environment. Are they organized and conducive to work, or are they cluttered and distracting? Sometimes, the simple act of decluttering your space can declutter your mind and sharpen your focus. Create an environment that minimizes distractions and is comfortable enough to keep you at your tasks longer. Additionally, the technique of visualization can play a critical role in overcoming procrastination. Visualizing the successful completion of your tasks not only boosts your mood but also clarifies the steps needed to achieve your goals. Spend a few minutes each morning picturing yourself efficiently tackling and completing your tasks. This mental rehearsal can prepare your subconscious to act and can be a potent motivator throughout the day. Let's also delve into the importance of understanding your own biological rhythms. Everyone has certain times of the day when they feel more energetic and alert. Identify these peak times and schedule your most challenging tasks during these periods. Working with your body's natural rhythm rather than against it can increase your productivity and decrease the likelihood of procrastination. Transitioning from internal strategies, consider the potential of digital tools specifically designed to combat procrastination. From apps that help you focus by playing soothing background noises to programs that track your time and analyze productivity patterns, technology offers numerous aids. Invest time in exploring and setting up these tools to serve your specific needs. They can automate reminders, block distracting notifications, or simply help you break tasks into manageable chunks. In addressing procrastination, it's crucial to recognize the difference between being busy and being productive. Often, we fill our time with trivial tasks to avoid more substantial, more intimidating tasks. This can create a false sense of productivity. To avoid this trap, prioritize tasks based on their impact and deadline. Use techniques like the Eisenhower box to categorize tasks into urgent, important, less urgent, and less important. This method helps ensure that you are not just ticking off tasks but actually making significant progress in areas that matter most. Furthermore, the concept of microtasks can transform your approach to large, overwhelming projects. Break down each project into small, manageable parts that can be completed in a short period, perhaps 15 to 30 minutes. This breakdown makes starting less daunting and gives you a clear path forward. Each small victory builds momentum, and before you know it, the cumulative effect of these microtasks will have helped you complete the entire project. Lastly, it is vital to maintain a reflective practice. Regularly review your progress and strategies. What worked well? What didn't? What can you improve? This ongoing process of reflection and adjustment fosters a proactive mindset and keeps you one step ahead of procrastination. As we draw this discussion to a close, keep in mind that overcoming procrastination is not about finding a one-size-fits-all solution. It is about experimenting with different strategies, understanding your unique challenges, and continuously adapting your approach. Every day presents a new set of challenges and opportunities. The key is to remain vigilant and responsive. So, what is your next step going to be? How will you apply these insights to turn your plans into action today? Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. What step will you take today to ensure that procrastination does not hold you back from reaching your fullest potential? By embracing these strategies and continuously seeking to understand and overcome the barriers to productivity, you can transform not just your work habits but your life. Every moment is an opportunity to make a choice. Will you choose action or delay? How will you inspire yourself to choose wisely and act boldly? As we continue to explore the myriad ways to conquer procrastination, let's delve into the concept of incremental progress. Often, the idea of completing a large project in one go can be overwhelming and can lead us to defer starting altogether. Instead, focus on making small, consistent steps toward your goal. Each day, commit to doing just a little bit more, building on the progress from the day before. This approach not only makes tasks more manageable but also helps build a rhythm of productivity that can